Hey everybody, I'm Heroic Nerd, and this is Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I'm doing a little Let's Play for my buddy Derpa Gamer here, but that's alright because I absolutely love this game. Because I'm a nerd, and I'm a heroic nerd. Alright, so we're about to get into our first fight ever here. And I'm going to explain a little bit about how combat works.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic!
For the Republic indeed. So, right here, as you can see, we have a selection of attacks, the frag grenade, and the power blast. I don't know where we got a grenade from, that's interesting. We're going to use that. Boom!
I've got a feeling that...
He's right, it won't be our last battle, but we actually don't need a med pack because we are extremely powerful for this early in the game. I mean, I would say the soldier class, if handled right, can completely break the game. So, yeah, a little bit about battling. It basically unfolds automatically. You can attack, select different weapon types or different power attacks, such as Power Blast. There's Power Blast. What basically happens is every time you attack somebody, you make a roll between 1 and 20. That's the legendary 20-sided dice. You've probably heard of it or even used one before. What that is it increases your chance to hit. If you hit a 20, if you roll a 20, you hit critical, but anything under a 20 adds to your chance to hit. Ooh, so sad. Oh, they just kill their own guy? Dude, that's messed up. So yeah, you roll a 20-sided die secretly every time you attack, and then the outcome of your roll is added to your overall attack, either your dexterity or your strength, and that determines your chance to hit your opponent. So the chance to hit your opponent is checked against their defense. If your roll is higher than their defense, you hit, but if it's lower than their defense, you miss. So that's why it's important to have a high strength, high dexterity, or high defense, so that you can properly attack and defend yourself. If you make a successful attack, the amount of damage you do is depending on what kind of weapon you're holding. If you're holding a powerful weapon, you can obviously do more damage. Oh, we are just about dead, so we had to use a meta pack. I gotta remember I'm playing on difficult mode. I gotta watch that health bar. It'd be quite embarrassing to die in the middle of this Let's Play. So yeah, right now we have pretty low dexterity, actually.
Dark Jedi! This fight is too much for us. We gotta stay back. All we do is get in the way.
There's our first Jedi.
That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help.
Yeah, they're pretty majestic. Anyway, so right now I'm rolling a number between 1 and 20. That number is getting added to my dexterity value and then checked against my opponent's defense. Because my dexterity isn't very high and my blaster rifle doesn't do much damage, it's actually very difficult for me to kill my opponents, as you can see. But that's about to change right now when I switch to a melee weapon. Because I'm about to switch to a melee weapon, I'm going to roll a number between 1 and 20, and that number is actually going to get added to my strength modifier, which is much higher than my dexterity modifier, and that is going to be checked against my opponent's defense, which is going to win more often and kill opponents more fastly.
Just beyond that door. I should have.
See, I'm going to have to equip a melee weapon to continue, so say goodbye to the blaster rifle because I will never use it again for the rest of the Let's Play. Bye-bye, blaster rifle. I'm going to replace you with a longsword, which is more powerful. As you can see down here, the chance to hit raised to 4, and the damage I did raised from 1 to 8 to a whopping 4 to 15 damage. So I'll show you what that's like right now. Look at the godlike power I wield.
They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
True, but couple things. Now we have a combat suit, which increases our defense by 4 and allows a max dexterity bonus of +5, but we only have a dexterity bonus of +1, but a defense increase of 4, which increases our defense to 15. That means it's going to be very hard for these people to hit us. Not only that, but we are actually about to level up, and that is going to increase some of our stats as well. We're going to add 1 to treat injury, which is going to increase the amount of health we heal for every meta pack. And we are going to gain conditioning, which actually increases our resistance to different forms of attack. So now we have extra defense against everything, a high defense, and double the vitality we just had, 24. That means we're pretty much godlike right now. And it'll get better as we continue on. And for those of you wondering why I'm not using 2 weapons, it's because I will use 2 weapons once I get master 2-weapon fighting, because that negates the penalty almost completely. But as of now, I'm still going to be penalized pretty heavily.
Something behind here.
Yeah, it's your doom.
Damn, another Dark Jedi. I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Okay, I will. Goodbye, Trask. You will be missed. Yeah, you'll never see him for the rest of the game. It's assumed that he died pretty much rescuing you. As if we needed his rescuing anyway.
This is Karth Onasi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Bastila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods.
Alright. Too bad about Trask, but Karth is evidently his replacement. And Karth is much better. I don't know, Trask has a certain charm. But you'll get to know Karth, and he's a pretty awesome guy. Had to lower the volume a bit there. Alright, now this is a great room, because this allows us to do something really epic.
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
You heard the man, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing. Whoops, nope. Get them items. Okay, so what we're actually going to do is use the combat droid because it's so much cooler. And we are not going to view the tutorial because I'm a master. Okay, we are not going to activate the shields and just engage the droid in patrol mode. Alright. And what the droid is going to do is basically go into horror movie mode and slaughter everybody in the next room. They don't even expect it. Look at them. Oh, that is glorious. That is pure glory, 100%.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below. I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last two crew members left in the Endar Spire. Bastila's escape.
All right, can we leave now?
So there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on. There'll be time for questions later.
More questions? Yeah, you gotta love exposition if you want to play this game. Alright. Now, since I had to disable cinematics to run this on Windows 8, you're not going to see, but what that is he's actually having a bad dream about Bastila. Bastila fighting a Dark Lord and such. It's actually a vision, and it becomes apparent later on in the story, so it's important to take note of it now.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare.
We were.
I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up.
We weren't.
Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
Nope. Yeah, you see, he was having a strange dream, like a vision or something. But we're going to introduce ourselves.
You've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. But try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. We banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
Ah, I owe you my life. Thank you, Karth.
I've never abandoned anyone on a mission, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, I'm gonna need your help. Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit. But it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
Yeah, I can smell the adventure.
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith Master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
Yes, any idea where we should start looking?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
Ah, yes, the Undercity. Such is the beginning of a very long and arduous, yet somehow contemplatingly deceptive adventure. God, that was a lot of words. Okay, the sooner we start looking for Bastila, the better.
Good idea. We could use this abandoned apartment as a base. We could probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
Alright, let's take a look at our journal entry. Okay, that's our map. Here we go. The search for Bastila. So we've completed that other quest, and now we have this one. You're stranded on Taurus, the planet under Sith control. You and Cartho Nassi must find Bastila, the one person capable of stopping the Sith from conquering the galaxy, and we need to begin by investigating reports of escape pods that crashed in the Undercity. Now, the Undercity is really far down there. I mean, we have a long way to go before we actually get to Bastila, but even though it's a long ride, I'm really not too upset because I love it. I love it, and I'm sure all of you are going to love it too. Really though, for any of you who haven't played this, for the very few of you, I'm sure, who've never played this game, you are really in for a treat. Because it goes to so many different planets, you see so many different things, and is one of the rare games that you can find that actually takes you on a very well written and entertaining adventure. One that you probably won't forget. It's very iconic, and I am extremely excited. Are you excited for adventure? Yeah, I thought you were. Alright, so be back here next time and we can continue. I'll see you guys then.